The life of a star is a long surrender written in light. From the moment hydrogen awakens within its heart, it begins to burn itself into being, giving warmth, shape, and color to the vast canvas of the universe. For millions, sometimes billions of years, it balances between pressure and gravity, between the outward push of fusion and the inward pull of collapse. Every flicker of its flame is a quiet defiance against the inevitable, a slow resistance to the gravity that waits for all things. Yet even this defiance is temporary, for nothing in the cosmos is eternal. Energy, too, must one day tire, and even light must one day fall inward. When a star nears the end of its life, its core becomes heavy with iron, an element that cannot be burned for fuel. In that instant, its balance fails. The immense gravity that once held it together now turns upon itself. The star begins to collapse with unimaginable speed, its outer layers rushing inward as though pulled by the memory of every moment it ever burned. The collapse is not chaos. It is a kind of precision, an equation playing itself out in silence. What follows is a supernova, a brilliant outburst where the star gives back everything it ever was in a single breath. For a brief time, it outshines entire galaxies, scattering the seeds of new worlds into the cold. And then, when the brilliance fades, what remains is the husk of something that once glowed, a remnant so dense that even light cannot escape. This is how a black hole is born, not in violence, but in fulfillment. It is the final act of a star completing its story, the last line of its cosmic poem. From the outside, it seems like destruction, but at its heart, there is a strange serenity. The star has not vanished, it has folded inward, keeping its essence hidden within a gravity so deep that even time hesitates at its edge. The atoms that once sang as light now hum as silence. Space bends around it like thought around memory, curving back upon itself, unable to look away. In this collapse, something profound happens. Time, light, and matter lose their individuality. They are drawn into a unity so complete that distinctions no longer matter. It is as if the universe, in creating this darkness, remembers something ancient, that everything it builds must one day return to stillness. The black hole becomes the ultimate meditation, an object that does nothing, moves nowhere, yet holds within it the record of everything that has ever touched it. Perhaps this is not death but transformation. Perhaps the star, in collapsing, has not ended but begun to dream. The black hole is not absence, but compression, a gathering of all it once was into a single, silent point. It holds the echoes of its own light, the whispers of planets that once orbited it, the trace of photons that once caressed its surface. If one could listen closely enough, perhaps one would hear not emptiness, but the hum of a slow remembrance. And so, the universe teaches through contrast. Where light once expanded, now darkness contracts. Where sound once sang, now silence listens. The black hole becomes a monument to both motion and rest, a reminder that even in apparent disappearance, there is a kind of continuation. It is the star's final thought before sleep, a turning inward so complete that it becomes invisible to all but time itself. This is why to call it death is to misunderstand its grace. The black hole is the star's final gesture of devotion to the universe, a surrender so total that it bends reality around it. It no longer shines outward, yet it influences everything nearby. Galaxies revolve, light bends, and time itself reshapes under its gravity. It is a presence defined by its quiet, a proof that the universe values silence as much as sound. In this way, a black hole is not a monster, but a memory, a relic of light that forgot how to shine and instead learned how to keep. It is the star's dream turned inward, a dream so deep that even light cannot wake it. It no longer burns, it remembers. And in that remembering, it teaches us something profound about endings, that sometimes, to continue existing, one must let go of every way of being known before. In the stillness of its center, where physics falters and mathematics trembles, there may yet be a form of awareness, not conscious in the human sense, but complete in its silence. The black hole is the star's echo listening to itself, a slow and endless meditation where all moments become one. Its surface, the event horizon, is the eyelid closing over its long gaze. Beyond that, perhaps, lies the dream.
Gravity is the quiet architect of everything that exists. It speaks no language that can be heard, yet its influence shapes the dance of galaxies, the birth of stars, and the fall of every leaf on every world. It is the invisible thread that ties together the smallest atom and the largest cluster of suns. While other forces act in bursts and flashes, gravity is patient. It does not demand attention. It simply waits, pulling gently, persistently, endlessly. It is the hum beneath the universe's melody, a rhythm so constant that we no longer notice it. Yet without it, nothing would cohere, and nothing would remember where it belongs. Albert Einstein changed our understanding of this invisible force when he revealed that gravity is not a tug between masses, but the bending of space-time itself. Matter tells space how to curve, and space tells matter how to move. This revelation was not only scientific, but poetic, a recognition that the universe does not pull, but persuades, shaping paths through the subtle curvature of reality. The planets do not orbit the sun because they are leashed by force. They move along the graceful lines of space-time's geometry. Gravity is the handwriting of existence, written across the black parchment of the cosmos. Imagine the universe as a great, flexible fabric, a sea of time and space stretching in every direction. When a star forms, its mass presses upon this fabric, creating a gentle depression. Other bodies nearby move naturally toward it, not because they are summoned, but because the fabric itself leads them there. Every motion in the cosmos is simply the following of a curve, a silent obedience to the shape of reality. This is why gravity feels like destiny. It does not force, it invites. It is the tender suggestion that all things eventually return to one another. Black holes represent the most extreme form of this curvature, a point where the fabric folds so completely that it no longer resembles a surface at all. The curvature becomes infinite, meaning that space and time have wrapped themselves around a center so tight that they vanish into their own idea. At this depth, gravity ceases to be a gentle whisper and becomes a silence so absolute that even light cannot find its way out. Yet even in this silence, gravity is not cruel. It holds rather than destroys. It enfolds rather than consumes. The black hole is gravity's purest expression, not the violence of collapse, but the stillness of total embrace. In this way, gravity is a form of longing. Every atom in the universe feels it. Every photon bends to it. It is the universal yearning of matter for matter, the instinct of creation to return to its source. Perhaps this is why black holes capture the imagination so deeply. They are the universe's most perfect symbols of desire, a longing so great it curves existence into itself. Within them, all paths lead inward, all time turns homeward, all separations are dissolved. Even light, which spends its life fleeing across eternity, cannot resist this pull. When it passes near a massive body, it bends as though bowing. To observe this bending, called gravitational lensing, is to watch the cosmos acknowledge itself. The light from distant galaxies curves around unseen presences, revealing by distortion what could not otherwise be seen. In that distortion lies revelation. The universe exposes its shape by how it bends what we think we understand. There is a serenity in this realization. The same law that governs the fall of an apple also shapes the orbit of distant suns. The same principle that draws oceans to the moon also bends the trajectory of time itself. Gravity is the great equalizer, touching all things with the same patient hand. It does not discriminate between the grand and the small, the ancient and the new. It simply gathers everything always toward unity. Einstein once said that gravity is geometry made alive, but perhaps it is also memory made visible. It remembers where things belong, how they once moved, how they might move again. The arcs of comets, the spirals of galaxies, the collapse of stars, all are recollections of an ancient design written into the nature of existence. When we feel the pull of gravity, we are feeling the memory of the cosmos, reminding us that separation is an illusion. In this view, the black hole becomes not a destroyer, but the final punctuation of that memory, the full stop in the universe's sentence of attraction. Inside it, time and space converge, perhaps not ending, but returning to origin. The pull of gravity here is not punishment, it is fulfillment. Everything has come home. And yet, in its quietest form, gravity is also compassion. It holds planets in their orbits, keeps moons from drifting away, ensures that chaos remains balanced. It is the force that makes harmony possible. Without it, there would be no stars, no warmth, no cradle for life to emerge from the dark. In every heartbeat, every orbit, every drifting cloud, gravity speaks, softly, without words. It tells the same story over and over, that all things, in the end, are drawn back together. Perhaps this is what gravity truly is, not a force, but a song. The universe hums it through the curvature of its being. Black holes, then, are its deepest notes, resonating in a pitch so low that only the heart can hear. And if the universe dreams, it dreams in gravity, in the pull between what has been and what will be, in the endless return of all things to one another. The event horizon is the boundary between the known and the unknowable, a line so delicate that it cannot be seen, only sensed. It is the point at which the familiar rules of reality begin to bend and blur, where time slows and light falters. To an outside observer, anything approaching the edge appears to freeze, suspended in an eternal moment of hesitation. It is a threshold where the universe itself seems to hold its breath, a place where memory and matter teeter on the brink of disappearance. In this stillness, the black hole becomes less an object and more a process of forgetting, a slow, quiet consumption of all that dares cross its edge. Crossing the event horizon is not an explosive act. It is not violence or chaos. To fall into a black hole is to surrender gently to a force so absolute that resistance becomes meaningless. Every atom, every photon, every whisper of matter is drawn inward, stretched into an infinitesimal thread as space-time curves around it. The universe outside cannot see what lies within. It only knows the record of what was. The event horizon is the line where knowledge falters, the limit of perception, the edge of cosmic memory. Here, forgetting becomes a process, not a loss. Inside this boundary, time behaves differently. Seconds stretch into eons, and the sequence of cause and effect begins to blur. From the perspective of the falling observer, the outside world races toward them, compressed into a blur of light and energy. From the outside, the falling object seems frozen, caught in a pause that will last forever. The event horizon is a mirror reflecting the relativity of experience, a place where the distinction between observer and observed dissolves. It reminds us that the universe does not operate in absolutes, but in relationships, between space and time, between presence and absence, between memory and forgetting. The event horizon also marks the boundary of what we can ever know. Information that crosses it is not destroyed in the sense we understand, but it is scrambled, encoded in ways that escape comprehension. This is the essence of the information paradox. The universe both preserves and obscures, allowing the black hole to act as a vault of cosmic memory, yet shielding its contents from revelation. It is as if the universe itself has a subconscious, holding secrets too profound for light to carry. The event horizon is its eyelid, closing over the unknown, allowing us only glimpses through the subtle bending of light and the faint hum of gravitational waves. There is a meditative quality to this edge. It is a liminal space, not unlike the border between wakefulness and sleep, where the mind hovers between understanding and mystery. The event horizon asks us to contemplate the nature of presence and absence, to imagine a place where reality itself begins to dissolve into silence. Just as dreams blur the line between memory and imagination, the event horizon blurs the line between existence and non-existence. Crossing it is akin to drifting into a dream from which the universe may never fully awaken. It is here that the metaphor of black holes as dreamers begins to emerge. Matter crosses into their interior, and in doing so, is absorbed into a process beyond comprehension. The event horizon is the eyelid closing over the universe's deepest slumber, a threshold where the past, present, and future fold inward. It is a place where the cosmos can meditate on itself, holding the traces of everything that enters without judgment or haste. Perhaps in this boundary lies the essence of cosmic dreaming, a space where the universe gathers experience, compresses it, and holds it in silent contemplation. Even the most ordinary acts take on profound significance near the event horizon. A particle drifting too close, a photon chasing a distant star, a comet wandering from its orbit, all are transformed by the horizon's pull. Their histories converge, condensed into infinitesimal points, leaving only their imprint on the surrounding spacetime. The event horizon records these journeys not in words or images, but in curvature, in the bending and stretching of the very fabric of reality. To exist at the edge is to leave a trace without leaving a shape, to be remembered without being known. And yet, despite this finality, there is beauty here. The event horizon is not empty. It is full of potential, a reservoir of cosmic experiences awaiting translation. The subtle distortions of light and gravity that ripple outward become a kind of whisper, a faint memory of what has crossed into the unknown. It teaches us that forgetting is not annihilation, but transformation, that endings can hold their own kind of richness. The black hole, through its horizon, becomes a silent guardian of the universe's deepest truths, a place where the act of forgetting becomes the act of preservation itself. The mind, if it contemplates this, finds a quiet reflection of its own process. Just as the human mind drifts into sleep, letting thoughts fade and memories fold inward, the event horizon folds matter and time into a singular stillness. It is the universe's slow exhale, a place where the tension of existence melts into meditative absorption. In this way, the event horizon is both an ending and a beginning, a site where the known dissolves into the mystery, and the mystery itself becomes a form of knowing. Perhaps, then, the event horizon is the universe dreaming. It gathers what it has seen, what it has held, and what it will never fully understand, and, in that gathering, creates a silent meditation. Matter, light, time, all become threads in a tapestry too vast to perceive, yet complete in its quiet perfection. To approach it is to approach the edge of understanding, the limit of perception, the stillness beyond noise. It is a place where the universe, in its deepest quiet, listens to itself, folding experience inward like a star surrendering to gravity. Time near a black hole is unlike anything we experience in the waking world. Outside, it flows predictably, marking moments with the rhythm of clocks and the rise and fall of suns. But near the immense gravity of a black hole, time begins to bend and stretch, slowing in ways that defy intuition. For an observer hovering at a safe distance, a falling object seems to linger forever at the edge, frozen in a moment that never ends. To the object itself, however, time continues normally, unbroken and unhurried. Here, relativity teaches us that time is not universal, but personal, a malleable river that curves and folds according to the landscape of spacetime. This stretching of time evokes the idea of dreaming in reverse. The closer one approaches the black hole, the more the outside world appears to accelerate, compressing lifetimes into instants. It is as though the universe itself folds history backward, replaying events in a condensed, almost musical pattern. Photons that have traveled for billions of years arrive together, overlapping in patterns that speak to the interconnectedness of all things. The black hole does not merely consume, it reorders, reshapes, and reframes, compressing the vast narrative of existence into its singular heart. In this distortion, we glimpse the possibility that the cosmos itself remembers differently, that time is not a straight line, but a spiral, folding upon itself endlessly. Einstein's equations reveal that time and space are inseparable, two aspects of the same underlying fabric. When mass is concentrated into a singularity, the fabric curves infinitely, and the familiar sequence of moments falters. Seconds stretch into millennia, and causality becomes a whisper rather than a command. From the perspective of an outside observer, A star falling into the black hole appears to slow, fading ever more into a crimson glow as its light struggles to escape. The event horizon marks a threshold where time itself begins to hesitate, and beyond it, the familiar structure of past, present, and future unravels. It is a region where the universe seems to fold inward, turning its gaze back upon itself. Philosophically, this raises questions about the nature of experience and consciousness. If time can stretch and fold, if moments can exist simultaneously from different perspectives, what does it mean to live, to witness, to remember? Perhaps black holes remind us that our perception of reality is always relative, and that the universe may possess a consciousness of its own, experiencing events on scales and speeds that elude human comprehension. In this light, a black hole might be seen as a cosmic mind, dreaming in reverse, revisiting the history of the matter it has drawn in, folding each encounter into a vast, silent meditation. Time dilation near a black hole also affects the propagation of light and energy. The photons attempting to escape its grasp are stretched into longer wavelengths, their journey slowed almost to stillness. Energy that once radiated freely is transformed, its passage distorted, reshaped, and slowed. Gravity acts not only as a pull, but as a lens, bending reality into patterns that are both beautiful and incomprehensible. Light becomes memory made visible, the traces of the universe's history illuminated by the gentle tug of gravity. Each wave, each particle, each ripple carries with it the weight of time, refracted through the singular intensity of the black hole's pull. Imagine for a moment that we ourselves could experience this time differently. Our lives, compressed into brief flashes, would stretch into eons. Our memories would unfold backward, revisiting forgotten moments with clarity and depth. A black hole, in its patient silence, offers the universe a mirror of such perception, a place where the ordinary flow of events is replaced by a meditative replay. It is not chaos. It is the universe's way of reflecting upon itself, compressing the expanse of history into a singular, intimate experience. Even the structure of space bends to this will. Orbits become tighter, trajectories more curved, and the familiar shapes of planets and stars give way to elongated, distorted paths. Time and space are intertwined here, inseparable in their dance, and the distinction between motion and stillness begins to blur. Gravity does not merely attract, it sculpts folds and compresses reality into new forms. Every object that approaches a black hole becomes part of a larger story, a narrative written not in words, but in curvature, in motion, in the intimate dialogue between mass and time. The poetic resonance of this is profound. Time, which we often take for granted, becomes fluid, pliable, and contemplative. The black hole is not merely a destructive force, it is a cosmic loom, weaving moments together into patterns that are invisible from outside yet precise in their inner reality. It folds history upon itself, revisits its own past, and preserves the echoes of all that it encounters. In this way, the black hole becomes a symbol of cosmic reflection, an entity that experiences existence differently, perhaps dreaming the universe backward, one moment compressed within another. Even in human experience, the metaphor resonates. In dreams, memories fold, time stretches, and events overlap in ways that seem impossible when awake. The black hole mirrors this phenomenon on a scale beyond comprehension, offering a cosmic analogy for the subconscious, for reflection, and for the meditative processing of existence. It reminds us that time is not simply a measure of change, but a dimension of consciousness itself, bending and folding according to the structures it encounters. Ultimately, approaching a black hole is like approaching a profound meditation. It is a place where the relentless march of moments slows, where the universe can reflect upon its own passage, and where memory and time intertwine in a quiet, cosmic dance. The black hole does not simply consume, it observes, folds, and dreams. It offers a vision of existence in which the past and future are not separate, but entangled, where each moment is held within the curvature of spacetime, waiting to be felt, understood, and perhaps dreamt anew. At the heart of every black hole lies the singularity, a point where the universe, as we understand it, ceases to function. Here, density becomes infinite, volume disappears, and the familiar laws of physics unravel, like paper dissolving in water. It is a place without coordinates, without time, without conventional meaning, a center that is paradoxically also nowhere. The singularity is not merely an endpoint of matter. It is the boundary of knowledge itself, where equations fail, predictions collapse, and the universe folds inward upon its own logic. To contemplate it is to confront the limits of understanding, to recognize that some mysteries are so absolute they resist both imagination and calculation. Yet within this breakdown lies a strange serenity. The singularity is not violent or chaotic. It is complete, an extreme form of resolution. Every atom, every particle that has fallen into the black hole has been gathered, compressed, and incorporated into something beyond recognition. There is no friction, no collision, only the pure convergence of all that has been drawn into its depth. In this, the singularity becomes a meditation, a point of perfect absorption, where all histories, energies, and trajectories are held in silent unity. It is a place where the universe, in its most absolute form, can rest, folded upon itself and free from the burden of multiplicity. Philosophically, the singularity evokes profound questions about existence and consciousness. If all matter and information are compressed into a single unobservable point, what remains? Is there a memory of the universe hidden within, encoded in the patterns of convergence? Some thinkers have speculated that singularities might not be destructive at all, but reflective, mirrors in which the universe contemplates its own being. Though we cannot see inside, perhaps the singularity dreams in ways we cannot comprehend, weaving the histories of all that has entered into a silent, inward-turning consciousness. The singularity also challenges our perception of time. Near it, seconds lose meaning, and causality becomes ambiguous. What we perceive as the past, present, and future begins to collapse into a single, timeless instant. From the singularity's perspective, the distinction between formation and dissolution, between existence and oblivion, may blur entirely. It is as if the universe has pressed pause on its own unfolding, gathering all that it has been into a point of introspection. This is why black holes are often described not only as endings, but as paradoxical beginnings, the seeds of transformation hidden within the core of collapse. In a more poetic sense, the singularity represents the ultimate intimacy with reality. It holds everything that falls into it so completely that nothing escapes unaltered. Light, matter, energy, all are reduced to their essence, folded into a state that is incomprehensible yet absolute. There is a strange elegance in this reduction, a reminder that sometimes completeness can only be achieved through the dissolution of individuality. The singularity is the universe at its most concentrated, its most profound, its most introspective. Despite its unknowable nature, the singularity exerts influence far beyond its infinitesimal boundaries. It bends space and time, shapes the orbits of distant stars, and sends ripples through the very fabric of space-time. Its presence is felt not in direct observation, but in the effects it creates, in the bending of light, in the slow precession of planetary paths, in the gravitational waves that echo across billions of light years. In this way, it becomes both invisible and omnipotent, a silent authority over the surrounding cosmos, an embodiment of both mystery and consequence. Some theories suggest that singularities might be gateways rather than endpoints, portals to other universes, bridges to unknown realms. The concept of white holes, hypothetical opposites of black holes, hints at the possibility that collapse might transform into creation. Perhaps the singularity is not destruction, but a form of cosmic recycling, a mechanism through which the universe folds itself into new forms. While these ideas remain speculative, they add to the sense that the singularity is not merely an absence, but a place of profound potential, a seed of something beyond the known. In human terms, the singularity resonates as a symbol of ultimate introspection. It mirrors the mind's capacity to fold inward, to hold vast complexity in a single point of awareness. Just as a thought can condense experiences, emotions, and memories into a singular insight, the singularity compresses all that enters into a unified, unknowable totality. It embodies the paradox of power in stillness, of infinity in a single point, of profound presence in absolute silence. Even in its inaccessibility, the singularity teaches us about the limits and possibilities of knowledge. It reminds us that some truths cannot be measured or observed directly, that some mysteries exist to expand imagination rather than constrain it. Its very unknowability invites reflection, encouraging a quiet awe for the structures and forces that govern existence. In this way, the singularity becomes a meditation on humility, on the acceptance of boundaries, and on the beauty of what lies beyond comprehension. Perhaps the singularity, in its perfect absorption, is a mirror of the cosmos dreaming of itself. It holds a history of stars, planets, and photons in a timeless embrace, integrating every journey into a state beyond description. It is the universe's most intimate secret, its deepest meditation, and its most complete act of remembrance. In the singularity, endings and beginnings converge, and the black hole becomes not a void, but a locus of infinite reflection, where the cosmos contemplates the essence of its own existence. Hawking radiation is a whisper from the depths of the black hole, a soft exhalation from the most silent of cosmic objects. Though black holes are often imagined as insatiable voids, consuming everything in their path, they are not entirely closed to the universe. Stephen Hawking revealed that at the edge of these gravitational giants, quantum processes allow particles to escape, tiny flickers of energy born from the dance of virtual particles at the event horizon. This radiation is faint, almost imperceptible on human scales, yet it carries profound significance. It suggests that even in the heart of darkness, there is a subtle form of communication, a trace of the black hole's interior extending outward into the cosmos. The phenomenon challenges the traditional notion of black holes as absolute consumers. Instead, they are also, in a sense, storytellers. Every photon that escapes is a fragment of history, a whisper of what has fallen inward. These faint particles carry with them the record of matter and energy, the echo of cosmic encounters that can never be fully erased. The black hole, often seen as the ultimate eraser, is revealed to be a slow, contemplative archivist, releasing its memories in a form too delicate for casual observation. It is as if the universe has found a way to preserve its stories even in the most extreme environments. Hawking radiation arises from the interplay of quantum uncertainty and the extreme curvature of spacetime. Near the event horizon, particles and antiparticles appear and vanish, a constant background murmur of creation and annihilation. Occasionally, one particle escapes while the other falls in, resulting in a gradual loss of mass for the black hole. This process, taking place over unimaginable spans of time, transforms the black hole from a permanent tomb into a slow, inevitable evolution. What once seemed eternal now has a rhythm, a subtle decay, a reminder that nothing, not even the most extreme darkness, is fixed forever. The poetic resonance of this radiation is profound. The black hole, long thought to be the ultimate symbol of forgetting, becomes instead a gentle reminder of persistence and trace. Its silence is not empty. It hums with the faintest hints of its existence, leaving impressions on the fabric of spacetime that ripple outward. Like the soft recollection of a dream upon waking, Hawking radiation is impermanent yet meaningful, a fading song of experiences folded into the singularity. Even as the black hole consumes, it communicates, reminding the universe that erasure and memory are not opposites, but parts of a continuum. In a metaphorical sense, Hawking radiation suggests that even the deepest darkness is not devoid of reflection. The black hole, in its extreme intimacy with matter and time, reveals that transformation and release are inseparable. It is the universe's way of breathing, exhaling the accumulated histories of countless stars, photons, and particles. The radiation is a meditation in motion, a subtle unfolding of the black hole's experience into the wider cosmos. It tells us that absence can carry meaning, that forgetting can leave traces, and that endings can possess their own delicate form of expression. Hawking radiation also invites contemplation of time on scales far beyond human comprehension. Black holes lose mass over billions or trillions of years, their lifespans exceeding that of ordinary stars. This process is so slow that it evokes the patient rhythm of a meditative practice, the quiet unfolding of eternity itself. In this patience, we see a kind of cosmic mindfulness. The black hole does not rush, does not consume recklessly, but gradually and methodically releases what it can, folding its internal experiences outward in ways that we may never fully perceive. The radiation is not only a physical process, but a philosophical reflection. It challenges our assumptions about permanence, about the finality of endings, and about the absoluteness of erasure. The black hole, in giving off these faint whispers, becomes a teacher of subtlety, showing that even the most overwhelming presence carries with it the potential for release, for transformation, and for remembrance. In this sense, Hawking radiation transforms the black hole from a cosmic devourer into a slow, dreaming witness to the universe. Even as we measure and study these emissions, their poetry is inescapable. They remind us that the cosmos holds secrets too vast to fully grasp, and yet it communicates them in the quietest ways. The faint escape of a particle is a note in a melody we can barely hear, a trace of the black hole's inner life reaching across the darkness. It is both fragile and profound, a testament to the universe's capacity for subtlety amidst overwhelming forces. Perhaps Hawking radiation is the black hole's way of dreaming aloud. Each escaping particle carries a fragment of what has been absorbed, a faint echo of histories once thought lost. In this way, the black hole's interior is not entirely silent. It hums softly, translating the gravity of its experiences into energy that reaches the cosmos. It becomes a slow, contemplative archivist, turning erasure into trace, consuming while remembering, holding and releasing simultaneously. And so, the black hole teaches a paradoxical truth, that even in the most absolute darkness, there is a form of expression. Forgetting and remembering coexist, endings become gentle beginnings, and silence is not absence, but a subtle presence. Hawking radiation is the universe's whisper, a trace of consciousness in the most extreme places, reminding us that even where light cannot persist, memory and reflection continue. It is the faint voice of a dreamer, dreaming at the edge of eternity, softly, persistently, infinitely. Entropy is the slow, inevitable march toward disorder, a cosmic current that shapes the destiny of stars, planets, and galaxies alike. It is the principle that underlies the fading of light, the cooling of matter, and the gradual unraveling of structured complexity. In the presence of black holes, entropy becomes both a tangible and a philosophical force. These objects, once thought to be the ultimate consumers of everything, reveal themselves as the universe's most meticulous accountants. They absorb matter and energy, scrambling it in ways that challenge our understanding of conservation and information. Yet in this consumption lies a form of cosmic reflection, a meditation on the passage of time and the nature of forgetting. When matter falls into a black hole, it does not vanish without trace. Instead, the information encoded in its structure is woven into the very fabric of the black hole itself, preserved at the event horizon in subtle, inscrutable patterns. This is the essence of the black hole information paradox. The universe simultaneously forgets and remembers. Entropy increases, disorder accumulates, yet nothing is ever truly lost. The black hole becomes a crucible where past events are folded inward, compressed into a state beyond ordinary perception. It is as though the cosmos has invented a method of forgetting with dignity, transforming every end into a quiet reflection. Entropy near a black hole is not merely a physical phenomenon. It is a philosophical mirror. It reminds us that endings are inevitable, that all structure will eventually dissolve, and yet that within dissolution there is profound meaning. The universe, through these dense, silent objects, teaches that forgetting is not annihilation, but transformation. Matter, once organized into stars, planets, or life, is integrated into the black hole, losing its original identity, but contributing to a larger, unseen order. In this sense, black holes are the ultimate archivists, maintaining the record of what has passed while embracing the necessity of change. As entropy increases, time itself seems to stretch and ripple. Near a black hole, the collapse of order is accelerated in ways that challenge intuition. Events that would seem instantaneous elsewhere unfold over incomprehensible spans of time, while the outside universe continues its own rhythm. The black hole becomes a point where history is compressed, where cause and effect intertwine, and where the flow of moments becomes nonlinear. This extreme condition invites reflection. Perhaps entropy is not merely a law of physics, but a lens through which the universe contemplates its own impermanence. The poetic dimension of entropy here is profound. It frames black holes not as destructive monsters, but as meditative spaces. Each particle absorbed, each photon stretched and lost, contributes to a quiet tapestry of cosmic reflection. The accumulation of disorder becomes a form of remembrance, a record written in space-time itself. The universe does not rush. It folds experiences into the black hole's interior, letting the passage of energy and matter create a subtle rhythm, a slow meditation on the transience of all things. In contemplating this, one begins to see black holes as cosmic dreamers. They are repositories of histories, witnesses to the passage of eons, absorbing not merely matter, but the narrative of existence itself. Entropy in this context is not annihilation, but the gentle compression of stories, memories, and interactions into a state beyond immediate comprehension. The black hole's interior becomes a quiet theater of reflection, where every act, every collision, every fragment of energy contributes to a hidden narrative. Entropy also connects the cosmic to the personal. Just as our minds fold memories into the unconscious, letting some fade while others persist, black holes fold the histories of the universe inward. They remind us that forgetting is an essential process, that transformation and loss are inseparable from preservation. In their silence, black holes echo the rhythms of consciousness itself, absorbing, compressing, and integrating, turning the passage of time into meditation, the accumulation of disorder into quiet contemplation. Even Hawking radiation can be seen through the lens of entropy. The slow emission of energy, almost imperceptible, marks a gradual unraveling, a counterpoint to the absorption at the event horizon. It is a reminder that balance persists even in extremes, that the processes of consumption and release, forgetting and remembering, are intertwined. The black hole becomes a place where entropy is both law and art, a slow dance between absorption and expression, silence and whisper, disappearance and trace. Through this lens, black holes invite a broader reflection on the universe itself. Perhaps the cosmos, in its vastness and complexity, is an ongoing meditation on impermanence. Stars form and fade, galaxies collide, and black holes silently record it all, letting the drama unfold while maintaining a profound inner calm. In this sense, entropy is not a threat, but a guide, a reminder that all things are interconnected, that every ending carries the seed of reflection, and that the universe dreams even as it forgets. And so, the black hole, through its intimate dance with entropy, becomes more than an astrophysical object. It is a repository of cosmic memory, a slow archivist of events, and a silent contemplator of the universe's inexorable passage. In its presence, we are reminded that forgetting is a form of transformation, that disorder can hold meaning, and that even in the deepest darkness, the universe maintains a quiet, poetic meditation on the flow of existence. Light behaves strangely near a black hole, bending, stretching, and twisting in ways that defy ordinary experience. What seems bright and clear from a distance becomes distorted as it approaches the event horizon, warped by the immense gravity that curves space and time. Photons, the very particles of light, are caught in a delicate balance. Some escape, carrying fragments of information into the cosmos, while others fall inward, lost to the singularity. This interplay creates a phenomenon both beautiful and disorienting. Light that dances along the edge of nothingness, a shimmering veil that hints at the mysteries hidden beyond. Gravitational lensing is one of the most striking expressions of this distortion. Light from distant stars and galaxies bends around a black hole, creating arcs, rings, and patterns that appear almost magical. Through these warped glimpses, the universe reveals its underlying structure in a subtle, poetic way. The black hole in bending light becomes both a mirror and a prism, reflecting what lies beyond, while refracting it into forms that defy ordinary comprehension. Every photon that curves around its gravity tells a story, a narrative of paths taken, of time stretched, of the intimacy between mass and illumination. Time and space themselves seem to stretch near a black hole, and with them, the very act of seeing changes. Objects that fall toward the event horizon appear to slow, their images lingering in the stretched fabric of spacetime. The closer they come, the more distorted they appear, elongated and redshifted, as if reality itself were being drawn into a slow, dreamlike flow. It is a visual echo of the black hole's effect on time. The external world races ahead, while the falling matter is trapped in a liminal state, neither fully here nor fully gone. Light in this environment becomes a messenger of relativity, a bridge between the familiar and the incomprehensible. Even color changes in this extreme setting. As photons struggle to escape, their wavelengths are stretched, shifting toward red. Light that was once brilliant and energetic becomes faint and subdued, a reflection of the gravitational toll it must pay to break free. This redshift is a reminder that energy, like matter, is affected by gravity, and that the universe operates not in absolutes, but in subtle, continuous adjustments. The black hole's influence transforms light into memory, carrying encoded information about its journey and the forces it has encountered along the way. The bending of light near black holes also has profound implications for perception. We are accustomed to seeing the world in straight lines and predictable angles, but near a black hole, the rules of vision and geometry dissolve. The universe becomes a kaleidoscope, a shifting mosaic where straight lines curve, circles twist, and perspectives fold back upon themselves. Observing light in this context is an invitation to rethink our assumptions, to accept that the cosmos operates in ways that transcend ordinary experience. It is a lesson in humility, a reminder that reality is far richer and stranger than our senses alone can perceive. Photon paths near a black hole can even create illusions of multiple images, where the same object appears several times along different arcs of light. This effect reveals the intricate choreography of space-time and gravity, showing how mass can shape perception itself. The black hole becomes a teacher of perspective, demonstrating that what we see is always mediated by the forces acting upon it, that reality is filtered through the curvature of existence. In this sense, light is both a participant and a witness, caught in the black hole's embrace, yet conveying knowledge to the universe outside. The interplay of light and gravity also evokes a poetic resonance. Light, often seen as a symbol of knowledge, hope, and presence, becomes a fragile, malleable medium near the black hole. Its path is uncertain, its speed affected, its energy transformed. Yet even in these extremes, it carries meaning. The faint glimmers that escape the black hole are the last whispers of matter's journey, the delicate remnants of what once was, now folded into the surrounding cosmos. Light becomes memory made tangible, a bridge between existence and absence, between history and the unknown. In this environment, the black hole is not only an agent of destruction, but a sculptor of perception. It reshapes light into forms that tell stories of space, time, and gravity, revealing relationships that are invisible elsewhere. Every photon's trajectory is a testament to the intimacy between mass and illumination, a subtle dance choreographed by the curvature of space-time. Observing these distortions is akin to listening to a cosmic melody, one composed not of sound, but of the bending of existence itself. Through the lens of light, we glimpse the paradoxical nature of black holes, They are both consuming and revealing, hiding yet communicating. The photons that escape carry hints of the interior, faint signals that encode the history of interactions, the paths of falling matter, the slow unfolding of entropy. Light becomes a medium of cosmic reflection, a way for the universe to remember itself even at the boundaries of the unknowable. Perhaps the black hole, in its manipulation of light, is dreaming in photons. Each bending path, each redshifted wavelength, each faint escape into the void is a fragment of a larger meditation. The black hole collects, compresses, and transforms, while light, in its fragile perseverance, carries outward the echoes of those processes. In this way, vision itself becomes a bridge to understanding, a quiet testimony that even in the deepest darkness, information, memory, and reflection persist. Accretion disks are the luminous halos that form around many black holes, a swirling ballet of matter spiraling toward the inevitable abyss. Gas, dust, and stellar debris caught in the black hole's gravitational embrace do not fall straight inward. Instead, they orbit in intricate patterns, colliding and compressing as they spiral ever closer to the event horizon. The friction and turbulence of this motion heat the material to extraordinary temperatures, causing it to glow with X-rays and other forms of high-energy radiation. The accretion disk is thus a paradoxical space, a zone of violent motion and radiant beauty surrounding an object defined by stillness and darkness. Within the accretion disk, matter experiences forces unlike anything found elsewhere in the cosmos. The inner regions orbit at velocities approaching the speed of light, stretched and twisted by relativistic effects. Time slows relative to distant observers, and space curves dramatically, creating distortions that warp the appearance of the disk itself. These extreme conditions turn ordinary particles into actors in a cosmic drama, moving in patterns dictated by gravity, friction, and the subtle pressure of radiation. Every orbit is a negotiation between inward pull and centrifugal resistance, a delicate balance between motion and surrender. The glow of the accretion disk is the black hole's paradoxical voice. Though the singularity itself is invisible, its presence is revealed in the radiation emitted by the matter that circles it. The light carries with it encoded information about speed, composition, and energy, offering a glimpse into the processes that occur at scales and intensities beyond direct observation. In this way, the black hole communicates not through emission from its core, but through the interactions of the material that dances around it. The accretion disk is a halo of revelation, a luminous reflection of the darkness at the center. Magnetic fields further shape the behavior of the disk. Charged particles spiral along these invisible lines, generating jets that can shoot away from the black hole at nearly light speed. These relativistic jets pierce through surrounding space, carrying energy and momentum far beyond the immediate vicinity of the black hole. They are both destructive and creative, influencing star formation, sculpting interstellar gas, and leaving lasting marks on the galaxy itself. The black hole, through its disk and jets, becomes a cosmic artist, shaping the environment while remaining hidden at its core. The accretion disk also embodies the tension between chaos and order. On one hand, it is turbulent, unpredictable, and violent, with collisions and shocks occurring constantly. On the other hand, it follows strict rules governed by gravity and relativity, forming stable patterns over immense scales of time. This interplay mirrors philosophical ideas about life and existence. Even within apparent disorder, there is an underlying structure, a hidden coherence guiding the flow of energy and matter. The black hole and its disk become a metaphor for the balance between surrender and resistance, between absorption and expression, between darkness and the luminous traces it leaves behind. In a poetic sense, the accretion disk is a threshold, a liminal space between the visible and invisible, the known and unknowable. It is where the universe allows us a glimpse of the black hole's influence, where light and matter testify to forces that cannot be directly observed. The disk radiates the drama of matter's final approach, the story of particles drawn inexorably inward, yet temporarily caught in an elegant spiral. It is a reminder that even the most destructive processes in the cosmos can produce beauty and insight, that surrender and resistance together create forms that captivate and teach. The inner edge of the disk, closest to the event horizon, is a place of extreme relativistic effects. Time dilation stretches moments, energy reaches staggering levels, and space itself curves almost completely. Matter here is both stretched and compressed, heated and accelerated, on the brink of vanishing from the observable universe. These extreme conditions create a vivid contrast with the calm darkness of the singularity, emphasizing the black hole's duality, a core of stillness surrounded by motion of unimaginable intensity. It is the meeting of the quiet and the violent, a place where the universe expresses both restraint and excess. Accretion disks also serve as cosmic storytellers. The composition of the disk, the rate of infall, the presence of shocks and turbulence, all encode information about the history of the black hole's interactions with its surroundings. Each glowing ring, each spiral arm, each eruption of a jet is a chapter in the ongoing narrative of creation and destruction. By studying these patterns, astronomers can reconstruct the story of the black hole, learning not only about its present state, but about the lives of stars, the flow of gas, and the evolution of galaxies over eons. Perhaps the accretion disk is also a dreamscape. The matter that swirls around the black hole is caught in a liminal state, neither free nor fully consumed, illuminated yet destined for darkness. It mirrors the process of memory and reflection, of experiences caught between action and surrender, light and shadow. In this way, the disk becomes a meditation on impermanence, a luminous bridge between the transient and the eternal, between the energy that radiates outward and the silence that waits within. Ultimately, the accretion disk is a testament to the black hole's paradoxical nature. It is violent yet graceful, chaotic yet ordered, dark yet luminous. It reveals the invisible through the visible, communicates through radiation, and transforms matter through both friction and gravity. It is both a boundary and a bridge, a place where physics and poetry intersect. The disk encircles the black hole as a halo of comprehension around the incomprehensible, a luminous meditation on the extremes of motion, energy, and existence, inviting us to witness the universe's most intimate and dramatic processes. Jets of energy erupting from black holes are among the most spectacular phenomena in the cosmos. These relativistic jets, narrow beams of charged particles accelerated to near light speeds, extend across thousands, sometimes millions, of light years. They pierce the interstellar medium with astonishing force, sculpting gas and dust, influencing star formation, and leaving marks on the galaxy that endure for eons. Yet, despite their immense power, they are not chaotic. They follow precise magnetic pathways, guided by the spinning black hole and the dynamics of the accretion disk. The jets are a paradoxical combination of violence and order, an expression of the black hole's hidden architecture made visible in the vastness of space. The origin of these jets lies in the interaction of matter, magnetism, and rotation. As matter spirals into the black hole within the accretion disk, magnetic fields become twisted and amplified, coiling like cosmic springs. The rotational energy of the black hole itself can be tapped through a process known as the Blandford's-Najek mechanism, transferring angular momentum into the jets. This is a dance of extremes. Gravity pulls inward, rotation twists, and magnetism channels, resulting in beams that are both precise and overwhelmingly energetic. The black hole, invisible and silent at its core, announces its presence through these extraordinary cosmic lances. Observing these jets is like witnessing the universe write poetry in motion. The particles emit synchrotron radiation as they spiral along magnetic field lines, creating glowing streaks of light across the electromagnetic spectrum. From radio waves to X-rays, the jets carry energy and information outward, becoming a messenger between the hidden interior of the black hole and the surrounding cosmos. They illuminate structures far beyond the reach of ordinary light, making visible the forces that shape galaxies. In their motion, there is both storytelling and meditation, a reminder that even the most extreme environments can produce patterns of exquisite beauty. Jets also demonstrate the interconnectedness of cosmic systems. By depositing energy into surrounding gas clouds, they can trigger or suppress star formation, redistribute matter, and influence the chemical composition of entire regions of space. The black hole, through its jets, exerts influence far beyond its immediate boundaries, shaping the environment in subtle and profound ways. It becomes a silent architect, transforming the potential chaos of infalling matter into organized, directed energy, and in doing so, contributing to the life cycle of galaxies themselves. The physics of the jets further reflects the strange and counterintuitive nature of relativistic environments. Time dilation, length contraction, and the warping of space combine to create effects that are almost unimaginable. Particles appear frozen in some reference frames, stretched and compressed in others, as they traverse the immense distances of space. The jets are, in essence, a cosmic performance, choreographed by the laws of relativity and magnetism, a reminder that the universe is not only vast, but also astonishingly precise in its extremes. From a poetic perspective, the jets are a form of cosmic exhalation. They are the black hole breathing outward, releasing energy and interacting with the environment in a way that contrasts sharply with the inward pull of gravity. Where the singularity absorbs, the jets project. Where the accretion disk circulates, the jets escape. They are the duality of consumption and expression, the embodiment of the universe's capacity to balance inward and outward forces. Each jet is a ribbon of revelation, a luminous testament to the hidden energy of the invisible core. Jets also invite reflection on scale and perspective. A human lifetime is infinitesimal compared to the timescales over which these jets persist, yet the patterns they create ripple across galaxies, influencing matter and energy over millions of years. They illustrate the profound patience and power of cosmic processes, the way small, precise actions at extreme densities can have consequences across incomprehensible distances. In this, the jets become a meditation on cause and effect, on the interplay between intensity and subtlety, on the balance of energy and time. These beams, shooting outward with almost reckless persistence, can appear as both destructive and generative forces. They carve cavities in interstellar gas, compress clouds into new sites of star formation, and even seed regions with heavy elements essential for planets and life. The paradox is striking. The same phenomenon that could be described as violent is also essential for creation. The black hole, often framed as a destroyer, emerges instead as a facilitator of transformation, a reminder that creation and destruction are intimately entwined in the cosmic cycle. The jet's persistence also embodies a kind of timelessness. As matter is accelerated along these narrow paths, it can remain coherent over millions of years, a testament to the black hole's sustained influence and the enduring precision of physical law. Even as the black hole consumes relentlessly, it projects stability outward, creating patterns and structures that endure long after the individual particles have traveled far from their origin. This duality of absorption and projection underscores the subtlety of cosmic forces, highlighting the black hole's role as both endpoint and initiator. Finally, the jets are a vivid illustration of the black hole's hidden consciousness, if we may imagine the universe in poetic terms. While the singularity is silent and the accretion disk spins in near-invisible turmoil, the jets speak across light years, announcing presence, shaping surroundings, and leaving a trace of the unimaginable processes at work. They are a bridge between the hidden and the observable, between the unknowable interior and the cosmic canvas it influences. In their brilliance, we witness the paradoxical nature of black holes, consuming yet expressing, silent yet proclaiming, dark yet illuminated. The influence of black holes extends far beyond their immediate surroundings, shaping the evolution of entire galaxies and the cosmic web itself. These gravitational titans, though compact in size compared to the vastness of space, wield power that reaches across hundreds of thousands of light years. The interplay between black holes and their host galaxies is delicate yet profound. Through processes such as accretion, radiation, and relativistic jets, black holes regulate star formation, sculpt interstellar gas, and even determine the growth of galactic structures. They are at once hidden and omnipotent, silent architects, guiding the destiny of countless celestial systems. At the centers of most galaxies, supermassive black holes reside like quiet overseers. Their gravitational pull organizes stars and gas into coherent orbits, maintaining the balance of the galactic core. But their influence is not merely structural. Energy emitted from accretion disks and jets can heat or expel gas, slowing or stimulating star formation in different regions. In this way, black holes act as cosmic governors, mediating the life cycle of stars and shaping the chemical evolution of galaxies over billions of years. They transform seemingly random motions into orchestrated patterns, demonstrating the subtle power of invisible forces at the heart of creation. The effect of a black hole on its surroundings is both destructive and creative. Gas drawn into the accretion disk is compressed and heated, emitting radiation that illuminates the galactic center. Simultaneously, relativistic jets can carve cavities through interstellar clouds, sometimes preventing star formation in one region while triggering it in another. This duality mirrors the paradoxical nature of existence itself. Destruction and creation are inseparable, cycles of energy and matter intertwining to sustain cosmic evolution. The black hole becomes a symbol of balance, a reminder that even the most extreme forces participate in the delicate dance of life and change. On even larger scales, black holes contribute to the cosmic web, the vast network of filaments, clusters, and voids that structure the universe. Their energy output and gravitational influence help regulate the distribution of matter across space, shaping where galaxies can form and how clusters evolve. Though imperceptible on human timescales, these effects accumulate over billions of years, demonstrating the patient persistence of black hole influence. They are agents of order in a universe that might otherwise descend into chaos, silently guiding the flow of matter and energy across incomprehensible distances. Philosophically, this influence invites reflection on the interconnectedness of the cosmos. The black hole, though small and isolated, affects systems far beyond itself, a testament to the ripple effects of gravity and energy. It embodies the idea that even what appears hidden or inaccessible can exert profound influence, shaping reality through forces that cannot always be directly perceived. In this sense, black holes are cosmic storytellers, narrating the evolution of galaxies, the dance of matter, and the unfolding of time through subtle, almost imperceptible interactions. The interplay between black holes and star formation is particularly striking. In some galaxies, the energy emitted from the central black hole suppresses star formation, preventing clouds of gas from collapsing into new stars. In others, the shock waves from jets compress clouds, triggering bursts of stellar birth. This dual role highlights the nuanced and delicate nature of cosmic influence. Black holes are not mere consumers, nor are they solely destructive. They are regulators of transformation, guiding the balance between growth and decay in galactic ecosystems. Beyond their physical influence, black holes also invite contemplation of scale and perspective. They remind us that small objects, when imbued with immense power, can shape environments far larger than themselves. This mirrors philosophical ideas about agency and influence. Sometimes the most subtle or hidden elements in a system carry consequences that unfold over vast distances and timescales. The black hole, silent and unseen, orchestrates the evolution of entire galaxies, a meditation on presence, effect, and the invisible threads that connect all things. Furthermore, black holes illustrate the tension between permanence and change. While they slowly consume matter, they also allow galaxies to evolve, forming structures that endure long after individual stars have lived and died. They are both endpoints and facilitators, consuming and preserving, erasing and shaping. This paradoxical role encourages reflection on the nature of power, memory, and transformation, themes that resonate both scientifically and poetically, bridging the cosmic and the contemplative. Even the most luminous galaxies, glowing with millions or billions of stars, owe part of their structure and evolution to the presence of a central black hole. Its gravity governs the orbits of stars near the galactic core. Its energy output regulates the distribution of gas, and its interactions with surrounding matter influence the chemistry of new generations of stars. In this way, black holes act as the unseen custodians of galactic history, preserving order while guiding change, silently embedding their influence into the architecture of the cosmos. Ultimately, the black hole's influence on galaxies transforms our understanding of scale, causality, and interconnection. It teaches that even the smallest points of concentrated mass can shape environments far larger than themselves, that hidden forces can guide evolution with subtlety and precision, and that destruction and creation are inextricably linked. The black hole becomes both a physical and philosophical teacher, revealing the unity of influence, energy, and the passage of time, and reminding us that even in silence, profound power and wisdom can reside. Cosmic collisions are among the most dramatic events in the universe, yet when they involve black holes, they are also profoundly poetic. When two black holes spiral toward each other, drawn together by gravity over millions or billions of years, their dance is a slow, inexorable unfolding of energy and motion. They orbit in widening spirals, exchanging momentum, and emitting gravitational waves that ripple through the fabric of spacetime. These waves carry information across the universe, subtle vibrations that announce the merger long before any matter is involved. It is a cosmic choreography, both violent and elegant, a rhythm of creation and transformation played out on an unimaginable scale. As the black holes draw nearer, their orbits accelerate, and time itself seems to bend around them. The final moments before collision are extraordinarily intense, with velocities approaching the speed of light and spacetime stretched to its limits. Yet even in this extreme environment, the process follows a precise order dictated by gravity and relativity. The merger is not chaotic. It is inevitable and beautiful, a demonstration of cosmic law manifesting in one of its most extreme forms. In this union, two singularities merge into one, combining mass, angular momentum, and spin into a single, more massive black hole. The cosmos witnesses both an ending and a beginning, as old identities are dissolved and a new form emerges. Gravitational waves produced during such collisions are faint yet detectable across billions of light years. They are ripples in space-time itself, a medium we do not perceive directly, yet which carries the story of cataclysmic encounters. When these waves reach Earth, they can be measured by incredibly sensitive instruments, giving us a way to listen to the universe's most intimate conversations. Each collision is a whisper from the depths of space and time, an echo of energy that has traveled vast distances to reach us, a testament to the interconnectedness of all cosmic events. Beyond the physics, black hole mergers evoke philosophical and poetic reflections. Two entities, once separate and distant, are drawn together by an invisible bond, their fates intertwined across unimaginable spans of time and space. The collision is both destructive and creative, erasing individuality while giving rise to something larger, more complex, and potentially more enduring. In this, black hole mergers mirror processes found throughout nature: growth through integration, creation through destruction, and the subtle interplay between force and harmony. The energy released in these collisions is almost inconceivable. For a brief instant, the power emitted can surpass the combined output of all stars in the observable universe. Yet despite this tremendous energy, the event is nearly silent in terms of electromagnetic observation. It communicates through the imperceptible tremors of space-time itself. There is a profound subtlety in this expression. The most extreme events in the universe often reveal themselves in ways that are quiet, indirect, and almost meditative, echoing the paradoxical nature of black holes as objects of both violence and reflection. Mergers also affect the surrounding environment in subtle ways. If a black hole is surrounded by gas or stars, the redistribution of mass and energy can trigger shocks, heat nearby material, or alter the orbits of nearby stars. Even at great distances, the gravitational influence of a newly formed, more massive black hole can reshape the trajectories of other objects in its vicinity, subtly orchestrating the cosmic landscape. These events highlight the intricate interplay between individual objects and the larger structures they inhabit, showing that change in one location can resonate far beyond its immediate context. Philosophically, black hole mergers invite contemplation of impermanence and transformation. The identities of the original black holes are lost, yet their mass, energy, and angular momentum persist in the new entity. In this sense, the universe preserves essence even as it transforms form. The event is both a closure and a continuation, illustrating that endings are rarely absolute, that the past is folded into the present in subtle and intricate ways, and that creation often arises from integration and dissolution. The poetic resonance of these collisions is further amplified by the temporal scales involved. The dance toward merger can last millions or billions of years, yet the final coalescence occurs in moments, a crescendo of cosmic rhythm that concludes with the formation of a new singularity. It is a reminder that even in the vastness of time, moments of extreme intensity can define the evolution of the cosmos, shaping structures, influencing galaxies, and leaving ripples that persist far longer than their brief existence. Black hole mergers also symbolize the unity underlying apparent multiplicity. Two separate entities, once wandering independently, converge and fuse, demonstrating the universe's capacity to integrate, harmonize, and create new order. It is a meditation on connection, on the inevitability of transformation, and on the beauty that arises when separate elements come together in precise alignment. In witnessing or contemplating such events, we gain a sense of the scale, complexity, and elegance of cosmic processes, and a deeper appreciation for the invisible threads that bind the universe. Ultimately, the collision of black holes is a testament to the duality of existence. Destruction intertwined with creation, violence coupled with elegance, silence carrying immense power. These events are both literal and symbolic, shaping the universe while reflecting universal truths about transformation, integration, and the interconnectedness of all things. In the rhythmic merging of singularities, the cosmos dreams aloud, weaving energy, mass, and space-time into new patterns, and reminding us that even in extreme darkness, creation continues in quiet, profound, and beautiful ways. Cosmic time near black holes flows in ways that challenge our ordinary understanding of reality. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, the immense gravity of a black hole warps space-time so profoundly that time itself slows for an observer near the event horizon relative to someone far away. Seconds can stretch into minutes, minutes into hours, and hours into years, all depending on perspective. This phenomenon, known as gravitational time dilation, transforms black holes into natural laboratories for contemplating the relativity of existence. Near a black hole, the universe seems both accelerated and suspended, a paradox that invites reflection on the fluidity and perception of time itself. For matter falling toward a black hole, the experience is peculiar. To the distant observer, the infalling object appears to slow, never quite crossing the event horizon, fading and redshifting until it becomes nearly invisible. Yet for the matter itself, the journey is swift, culminating in passage through the horizon in finite proper time. This divergence between perspectives illustrates the relativity inherent in the cosmos. Events unfold differently depending on vantage point, and truth is filtered through the lens of position and gravity. In this way, black holes challenge the assumption of uniformity in experience, showing that time is not absolute, but intimately tied to context and environment. The stretching of time near black holes has profound philosophical implications. It suggests that moments of extreme intensity or proximity to immense forces carry a different quality of existence. What seems instantaneous from afar may feel prolonged and immersive within the gravitational well. This encourages reflection on our own experience of time, how perception shapes reality, how memory stretches or compresses, and how awareness can create a private rhythm of existence that diverges from external measurement. In the shadow of a black hole, Time becomes a medium not only of physics, but of introspection, a space for contemplating the elasticity of being. Time dilation also transforms the act of observation itself. Light emitted from matter approaching the event horizon is stretched to longer wavelengths, moving from visible to infrared and eventually radio, becoming faint signals that take millions of years to reach distant observers. In this sense, black holes archive their histories, preserving the record of matter and energy in a temporally distorted form. The universe itself becomes a storyteller, conveying events in a language of warped time and stretched light. Each photon carries a fragment of history, delayed and transformed, a message from the depths of gravity to the cosmos beyond. Near rotating, or Kerr, black holes, the warping of time combines with frame dragging, the twisting of space-time itself. Here, objects are not only slowed in time, but also swept along in the rotation of the black hole, dragged around like leaves caught in a swirling eddy. Time and motion become inseparable, creating a complex tapestry in which causality and sequence are subtly intertwined. Observing these effects challenges our intuition. Events that seem simultaneous or sequential elsewhere may overlap, intertwine, or diverge in ways that defy simple description. Time, in these extremes, becomes a malleable, poetic medium rather than a rigid measure. The poetic resonance of this temporal distortion is compelling. It suggests that the universe contains places where the usual rules of progression are suspended, where moments stretch into eternity, and where endings and beginnings intertwine. The black hole's influence on time encourages meditation on impermanence and continuity, on how every moment carries layers of experience that may be invisible from an external viewpoint. The relativity of time becomes a metaphor for the layered complexity of memory, consciousness, and existence itself. Furthermore, gravitational time dilation implies a form of cosmic patience. Events that unfold near the event horizon may take billions of years to be fully observed elsewhere, a reminder of the slow, enduring processes that shape the universe. Black holes, in this sense, are both immediate and eternal. They act in the moment for infalling matter, while preserving traces that unfold on timescales far beyond human comprehension. They embody the paradox of immediacy and duration, a reflection on the vast, patient rhythm of the cosmos. Time near black holes also evokes a sense of mortality and transformation. Stars, gas clouds, and even light itself experience temporal stretching before merging with the singularity. What seems sudden from one perspective is drawn out from another, suggesting that the end of one state and the beginning of another may be inseparable, fluid, and enduring. Black holes, in their distortion of time, teach that existence is relative, layered, and continuous, and that what appears to vanish may persist in altered form across spacetime. The concept of cosmic time near black holes also extends to philosophical and contemplative dimensions. It invites reflection on human perception, the relativity of experience, and the limits of understanding. By observing the universe through the lens of extreme gravity, we glimpse the malleable nature of moments, the interplay between duration and perspective, and the intimate connection between space, time, and consciousness. The black hole becomes both a physical and metaphysical teacher, showing that time is not only a measure, but also a medium for reflection, memory, and transformation. In this context, black holes might be seen as cosmic dreamers of time. Each moment near their horizon stretches, folds, and transforms, a meditation on duration and inevitability. The universe, through these gravitational wells, experiments with temporal perception, allowing events to unfold differently depending on perspective. Time, once thought linear and universal, reveals itself as a fluid, poetic landscape, bending around mass, motion, and gravity, and offering a meditation on the nature of existence itself. The interiors of black holes remain among the most enigmatic and elusive regions of the cosmos, spaces where our understanding of physics reaches its limits. Beyond the event horizon, all conventional rules of space and time break down, leaving only the singularity, a point of infinite density and gravity where curvature becomes extreme, and the known laws of the universe cease to apply. No light escapes, no signals return, and yet these regions are not voids in the narrative of the cosmos. They are crucibles of existence, repositories of information, and arenas where the fundamental structure of reality is compressed into a state beyond comprehension. In contemplating the interior of a black hole, we confront the boundaries of knowledge, the extremes of matter, and the poetic tension between the knowable and the unknowable. The singularity represents a profound paradox. While it is defined by collapse, it is also a point of convergence, where mass, energy, and space-time itself are concentrated. Matter falling into the black hole does not vanish in a conventional sense. It is transformed, compressed, and encoded into a state that defies direct observation. The interior becomes an ultimate archive, a hidden ledger of cosmic history that preserves the essence of all that has fallen in. In this way, black holes are not merely agents of destruction, but contemplative spaces where the universe's experiences are distilled into their purest form. Quantum mechanics and general relativity collide in the heart of the black hole. These two pillars of physics, normally reconciled in the broader universe, are stretched to their limits, producing scenarios that remain theoretical yet tantalizing. The information paradox, the question of whether information that enters a black hole is lost forever or somehow preserved, exemplifies this tension. Recent theories suggest that information may be encoded on the event horizon itself, or perhaps released through subtle quantum effects, implying that the black hole, while consuming all matter, does not erase its history entirely. The interior becomes a site of paradox and possibility, where the lines between loss and preservation blur, and where the universe engages in a quiet act of reflection. Time within the black hole takes on a peculiar character. For an outside observer, events near the singularity are stretched and slowed infinitely, yet for infalling matter, the journey is finite and swift. This duality produces a liminal space where the passage of moments is relative, and causality itself becomes entangled with extreme gravity. The interior of a black hole is thus a meditation on temporality, a region where the universe experiments with the elasticity of experience, blending endings with beginnings, collapse with transformation, and stillness with inevitability. The environment inside the event horizon is one of absolute extremes. Gravitational forces become infinite, curving space in ways that are almost incomprehensible. Matter is stretched, compressed, and accelerated in all directions, creating conditions that challenge even the most imaginative theoretical models. Yet within this extremity lies a strange poetry. A quiet order emerges from the collapse, a concentration that, while destructive, is also profoundly transformative. The singularity is the ultimate crucible, turning the raw elements of the universe into a distilled form of existence, a seed of potential and paradox from which the universe can continue to evolve. Contemplating the interior also forces reflection on human understanding. Black holes confront us with the limits of observation, the boundaries of science, and the humility inherent in exploring the unknown. No probe can survive the journey. No light returns to inform our instruments. Yet even in this inaccessibility, there is meaning. The black hole interior reminds us that not all knowledge is accessible, that mystery has intrinsic value, and that the universe contains layers of existence beyond perception. It is a meditation on the unseen, the unfathomable, and the quiet power of extremes. Some theories suggest that the interior of a black hole may be more than a point of singularity. It could be a doorway to other realms of physics, perhaps even to parallel regions of spacetime. Speculation ranges from wormholes to white holes, from connections to alternate universes to manifestations of information in holographic form. Though unproven, these ideas illuminate the poetic and philosophical resonance of black holes. They are not merely cosmic vacuum cleaners, but thresholds to the unimaginable, regions that inspire wonder, contemplation, and a sense of the infinite. In imagining the black hole interior, we are invited to meditate on the duality of concealment and revelation. While the singularity hides its content from direct observation, the consequences of its presence ripple outward, the warping of space, the emission of Hawking radiation, the shaping of galaxies, and the stretching of time. It is a paradoxical teacher. What is most hidden produces the most profound influence. The interior embodies the tension between silence and communication, absence and trace, consumption and reflection. Ultimately, the black hole's interior is a poetic and philosophical space. It is a region of transformation, a crucible of matter and information, and a meditation on extremes. Here, gravity, time, and space converge into a singular state, challenging comprehension and inspiring awe. In the heart of darkness, the universe whispers its most profound truths, that endings are transformations, that invisibility does not imply absence, and that even in regions beyond perception, existence persists in forms both subtle and eternal. The interior of the black hole is a sanctuary of cosmic reflection, a place where the universe dreams in its purest, most compressed form, silently, patiently, infinitely. The evaporation of black holes through Hawking radiation transforms these cosmic giants from seemingly eternal consumers into participants in a patient, graceful cycle of change. Predicted by Stephen Hawking in the 1970s, this phenomenon arises from the interplay between quantum mechanics and gravity at the event horizon. In the emptiness of space, pairs of virtual particles spontaneously appear. One particle may fall into the black hole while its partner escapes, carrying away energy. Over unimaginably long timescales, this subtle process causes the black hole to lose mass, slowly shrinking until it may eventually vanish entirely. What appears at first to be disappearance is, in truth, a quiet, deliberate conversation between the black hole and the universe, a slow exhalation of energy that testifies to the subtle interconnection of all things. Hawking radiation is nearly imperceptible, especially for massive black holes, yet it represents a profound reconciliation of cosmic forces. Gravity, long thought to be absolute, meeting quantum uncertainty, produces a process that is both elegant and inevitable. The black hole, once a symbol of permanence and impenetrable darkness, is revealed to be dynamic, participating in the universe's flow. This slow emission transforms it from a mere consumer into a subtle contributor, returning fragments of information and energy to the cosmos. Even in its decay, it leaves a trace, an echo, a memory of what it has absorbed, suggesting that disappearance is not annihilation, but transformation. There is a particular poetry in the quiet persistence of this process. Unlike the violent collisions of black holes or the spectacular flares of accretion disks, Hawking radiation unfolds with almost imperceptible patience. It stretches across billions, even trillions of years, far beyond human comprehension. The black hole that once swallowed stars, light, and matter inexorably now releases energy in tiny, persistent increments. In this way, the black hole teaches a meditation on impermanence, that even the most immense, seemingly eternal objects are subject to change, decay, and transformation. Permanence is relative. All things, no matter how powerful, participate in the slow rhythm of the cosmos. Hawking radiation also touches upon one of the most profound questions in modern physics, the black hole information paradox. Does the matter that enters a black hole vanish forever, or is its information somehow preserved? Current theories suggest that even as the black hole emits radiation and slowly shrinks, the essence of what fell into it, the information about particles, energy, and matter, may be encoded in the emitted radiation. In this sense, the black hole is not only a consumer, but also a chronicler, preserving a hidden memory of its past in ways subtle and almost imperceptible. It becomes a quiet archivist of cosmic history, reminding us that nothing is ever truly lost, even in the deepest darkness. The slow evaporation of black holes encourages reflection on time and patience. A black hole that might weigh millions or billions of times the mass of our sun requires more time than the current age of the universe to evaporate fully. Its decay unfolds across incomprehensible durations, revealing a scale of patience beyond ordinary human understanding. Hawking radiation reminds us that the universe operates on rhythms that are vastly slower and more patient than anything we experience in daily life. It is a meditation on endurance, on processes that unfold imperceptibly yet inexorably, and on the quiet persistence of natural law. The process also invites reflection on the balance of opposites: absorption and release, destruction and creation, permanence and change. For eons, the black hole draws in matter, shaping its surroundings, bending light, and altering spacetime. Then, in a slow reversal, it releases energy back into the cosmos. There is a symmetry to this process. What is taken is eventually returned. What is hidden is ultimately expressed. It suggests a cosmic equilibrium, a poetic balance between extremes, demonstrating that even the darkest, most seemingly absolute forces participate in cycles of exchange and transformation. Hawking radiation further illuminates the interconnectedness of the universe. The black hole, while appearing isolated and absolute, contributes to the broader flow of energy, participating in the thermodynamic balance of the cosmos. Its slow evaporation ensures that even the most extreme concentrations of mass eventually redistribute their influence. The black hole's presence and its eventual decay ripple outward, shaping the distribution of matter and energy, influencing future cosmic evolution. In this way, the black hole becomes a reminder that no object, however extreme, exists in isolation. Even silence and darkness are part of a greater, interconnected rhythm. Philosophically, the gentle decay of black holes evokes contemplation on the impermanence of power and the inevitability of change. A force so immense it could consume entire stars eventually diminishes, returning its contents to the universe in subtle, quiet ways. It is a meditation on humility and the transience of all forms, a reminder that endings are not annihilations, but transitions. Even the most extreme forces of nature participate in cycles of transformation, contributing to creation even as they fade. The black hole, in this process, teaches a lesson about the beauty of letting go, the quiet power of release, and the continuity of existence. Hawking radiation also evokes a poetic vision of black holes dreaming in reverse. What was once absorbed, matter-energy history, is gradually emitted, like memories leaking back into the universe. Each escaping particle carries a fragment of the past, a whisper of what the black hole has consumed. The universe, in turn, listens and integrates these whispers, folding them into new stars, gas clouds, and cosmic structures. In this light, the black hole's life and slow evaporation become part of a greater cosmic meditation, a gentle rhythm of taking, holding, and releasing, echoing the cycles of existence itself. Ultimately, Hawking radiation reveals black holes as both destroyers and poets, agents of transformation and subtle participants in the cosmic dialogue. They absorb, they preserve, they release, they consume, and yet they give back in ways almost imperceptible. In the quiet patience of their evaporation, they remind us that the universe is a vast interconnected system, where even disappearance carries meaning, and where silence and darkness are intertwined with memory, influence, and eventual illumination. The black hole, in letting go, whispers its final truths, a meditation on impermanence, transformation, and the slow, patient rhythms that govern the cosmos.